So let's talk about the Somnath Temple. You probably know it as the first of the 12 sacred Jyotirlingams, one of the holiest places for Lord Shiva. But what if I told you it's also home to an ancient secret, a mystery carved in stone that connects geography, myth, and our deepest desire to conquer death itself?
Right there at the temple, you'll find this mysterious pillar called the Bayan Stumb, the arrow pillar. Nobody really knows how old it is, but it has this enigmatic Sanskrit inscription on it. It reads, Asamudrant Dakshinadru Paryant Abadhit Jyotirmarg. Now, what's so incredible is what these ancient words actually mean. That's the translation. And get this is the part that will blow your mind. It's a completely verifiable geographical fact. If you were to draw a perfectly straight line south from the Somnath Temple, you would not hit a single piece of land until you reach Antarctica. Just a clear, straight shot across thousands of miles of ocean.
And that's the big question, right? How on earth could they have known that without satellites or GPS or any modern mapping? It just suggests a kind of knowledge that totally defies what we think we know about the ancient world. And it hints that the secrets of Somnath go way deeper than geography, all the way into the realm of immortality. You see, this geographical marvel is really just the beginning. The temple's true secrets aren't about the physical world, but about the spirit, and that age-old quest for everlasting life. So, the local priests believe that on one specific day every year, during the festival of Kartik Purnima, this incredibly potent spiritual energy awakens inside the temple. They call it Amrit, the legendary nectar of immortality. And the belief is that a truly dedicated seeker, if they're there at just the right moment, can achieve a kind of spiritual immortality. This whole idea of overcoming death is perfectly captured in what is probably the most powerful life-saving chant in all of Hinduism, the Maha Mrityunjay mantra. It's literally the great death-conquering mantra, and its own origin stories are completely tangled up in this very same theme. So, let's dive into the two incredible stories behind this mantra, because they show us exactly how humanity was given this ultimate tool for defying our own mortality. All right, our first story starts with a sage, Rishi Merkund, and his wife. They were childless, and after years of intense prayer, Lord Mahadev appeared. But he told them a child just wasn't in their destiny. When they begged, Mahadev gave them an absolutely impossible choice. Have a son who lives for 100 years but is totally unremarkable. Or have a brilliant son destined for greatness, but who is fated to die when he's only 16. They chose the brilliant son, and they named him Markandeya. Now, as his 16th birthday got closer, his parents were just overcome with grief. But Markandeya, he just spent his time in pure devotion. So when Yamraj, the god of death, actually showed up to take him, the boy just instinctively wrapped his arms around a shivling. And in that exact moment, Mahadev himself burst out of it, absolutely furious. He stopped death right in its tracks and gave Markandeya the ultimate gift, immortality, and with it, the sacred Maha Mrityunjay mantra. But here's where the story gets another layer. Markandeya may have been gifted the mantra, but he wasn't the only one who knew it. There was another major player from that era who also had this unbelievable power over life and death. And this person was Shukracharya, the guru of the Asuras. Now, he was such a powerful devotee of Shiva that he was the first person to actually see the mantra in his mind's eye. During this great cosmic event, the churning of the ocean, the Asuras were dying from poison, but Shukracharya just stood there, chanting the mantra, bringing them back to life. Again and again and again. It was a game changer. So this basically made Shukracharya seem invincible, right? I mean, he could conquer death. But there is one, and only one story, in all of Hindu scripture where his death is even mentioned. Okay, the story gets a little wild here. The god sent a spy named Kuch to try and learn the mantra, and he ends up charming Shukracharya's daughter, Devyani. The Asuras figure this out and kill Kuch. Devyani is heartbroken and begs her dad to revive him, which he does. So the Asuras kill Kuch again, but this time they get clever. They burn his body to ash, mix it into a drink, and serve it to Shukracharya himself. So when Devyani pleaded with her father to bring Kuch back again, Shukracharya realized the horrifying trap he was in. Kuch was now literally inside his own stomach. The only way to save him was to teach Kutch the mantra from within, let him burst out, which would kill Shukracharya, and then have Kutch use that very same mantra to revive his now dead master, a student bringing his own teacher back to life. And that's it. That is the one and only time the death of the great, death-conquering Shukracharya is ever recorded. And of course, he was brought right back to life, but the fact that it happened at all is just this huge question mark in his story. Which brings up a pretty big question. If he only died that one time and was instantly revived, what happened to him? Where did this immortal being eventually go? And this is where the story takes a fascinating leap from ancient myth to a potential historical clue. One historian's research offers up this tantalizing little breadcrumb that might just connect Shukracharya's final years to a very specific place we all know today. Check this out. According to the historian K. Persian in his book The History of Persia, there's this one mention that Shukracharya spent the last decade of his life with his grandson, and his grandson's name was Arav. So the theory, this amazing what-if, is that the land where he finally settled down, a land that might have become known by his beloved grandson's name, Arav, is the very same land we now call the United Arab Emirates. The land of Arab became the land of the Arabs. It's just an astonishing possible link between an ancient mythological figure and a modern nation. So, what do you do with all that? We have this trail that starts with a geographically impossible pillar in Somnath, leads to a death-conquering mantra, to the one single death of an immortal sage, and somehow ends with the name of a modern country. Is it all just a massive coincidence? Or is it a clue to a history that is far stranger and more mysterious than we ever thought possible? That's the secret of Somnath, and it's definitely something to think about.